Hey folks, how's it going? We're checking out more space. Hopefully you guys having a fantastic day. Dude, I really enjoyed the previous episode. It was fantastic. Very, very funny. And I knew that I heard the whole storm was coming somewhere, and I was like, you guys gonna tell me where it's from? And I'm gonna feel stupid. And I did. It was from Terminator. I've seen that movie so many times, man. I've seen Terminator 2. I've seen all the Terminators. And I've seen them enough times but I should remember where that was from. But I said that I know there's gonna be like quotes and stuff that's gonna show up in the show, even from Star Wars, Star Trek, wherever it's from, and I'm gonna miss some of them, and I knew it was gonna happen, and I should be ashamed of myself. Like I should have knew that was from Terminator, man. I should be ashamed of myself, but thanks for letting me know. Also, old boy who was a roommate in Shaun of the Dead, somebody said it's Tex and I'm Alan Partridge. Forgot about that, dude. I forgot about Tex, man. Maybe because he's just such a small part in that one episode. And yeah, I forgot he was Tex, man. So yeah, that as well. I feel like I've seen him in other stuff as well. Like maybe he popped up in some movies or something. And I still haven't looked it up, and I need to do that. I know this is like third time I'm talking about Resident Evil, but somebody mentioned Resident Evil in the comment section again about Code Veronica. And yeah, dude, Code Veronica was one of my favorite Resident Evils, man. And not just because it was a good game, but also it was one of the first games I got for the Sega Dreamcast. And Sega Dreamcast is one of my favorite game consoles ever made, man. I hate that it ended so early, man, that the Sega gave up on it so early here in the United States. I know it went on a bit longer in Japan, but they just put the kibosh on it. It was a failed console here in the States, and yeah, this is one of my favorite consoles, man. I hate it. Like I was a Sega kid. When everybody else was all over the PlayStation 2, man, I was all about the Sega Dreamcast, man. It was my jam. I know a lot of people went for the PS2 because it was a DVD player as well, but yeah, no, I was all about the Dreamcast because the VMU and everything. I remember getting the Sonic Adventure 2 and playing like the and playing like the little side games you can load onto it, and also Power Stone. You can put the side games onto it. I just thought the whole console was just amazing, dude. And yeah, love Code Veronica. The opening scene and everything, the graphics, all this stuff, just thought was fantastic. One of my favorite. And somebody said I should check out Resident Evil 7 and 8, and I'll take a look at those, but I think you can get those in Steam. Because when I do play games now, I mostly play them on my PC. I do have a PS4 and stuff, but I mostly, when I do get a chance to like fool around with some games, I do it on the PC. Somebody remember I did mention that I don't consider myself a gamer, and I don't, because I don't play games on a daily basis. I used to play games all the time, and the last game I really, really got into, I would say the last two games was Titanfall when those were out, the Titanfall 1 and 2, and really got into Destiny like nonstop. Like that was like my game of choice, and the primarily Destiny 2, Taken King packages and all that kind of stuff, and then they came out with the newest iteration of Destiny, and just wasn't my jam, man. I didn't like all the updates and stuff they made. My buddy is telling me to get back into it because they changed a lot of stuff and it's much better, so I've thought about it, but I haven't messed with Destiny in a while. I think it's been over 2 years now that I haven't really done anything with Destiny, but I really enjoy Destiny because it gave me the choice to play the story, and then I can get online and play with friends and all this stuff. I know a lot of people kind of crap on Destiny, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being able to level up. I enjoyed the raids, how difficult they were, and being able to having like like work with people and build teams like this. It's fun. I enjoyed that a lot, man. And as I said, having the choice to just play the story as well, just enjoying the grind. Destiny was my jam. I kind of been thinking about getting into that again. But I definitely, like I said, I wouldn't consider myself like a gamer because I don't run out and get every new console when it hits. I don't run out and get every new game that gets like a 9 out of whatever score. There's so many games I just never played that are like critically acclaimed, like Shadow of Colossus and all the type of games, you know? So it hasn't really catch my eye, and yeah. But yeah, man, for sure. Really enjoyed the previous episode, man. I still missed that reference. Should be ashamed of myself, and I look forward to checking this one out. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. We'll talk about it more at the end. I've talked long enough.
I don't know, it's just, all she seems to talk about is this bloody dog, you know? It's like, ooh, Colin did this, and ooh, Colin did that, and I'm sick of it, you know? And yeah, I should talk to her, but, you know, the fact is she's been really happy ever since Colin arrived on the scene, you know? She's been having a really hard time. She'd had some articles rejected, she split up with her boyfriend, you know, to top it all off, her hair looks stupid all the time. And then suddenly, Colin arrives on the scene, and she's writing again. You know, she doesn't seem that bothered about Richard, and her hair looks good, you know?
As he was talking to himself, a lonely friend.
Listen, Tim, I know how you feel about dogs. I also know how you feel about Daisy. Sometimes where friends are concerned, sacrifices have to be made.
You're saying we killed the dog?
No.
Spoil sport.
Count to 100.
All right.
Oh, loony ass.
In the end, our relationship was just like a sandwich toaster, you know? You just forget you've got one. And it just sits there at the top of the cupboard, you know, collecting a layer of greasy fudge. And even if you do see it, you assume it's broken, because you think, oh, well, if it was working, then I'd be using it all the time, surely, you know, but you don't, and it just sits there. And then one day, you just get an overwhelming desire for toasted sandwiches, you know, and you get it down, and it works, and you can't believe it, you know, and then you make every kind of sandwich there is. You have toasted sandwich parties, you know, you make Marmite and cheese and chocolate and
Pilchards.
banana and
Acorns.
acorns,
Ooh.
and then as quickly as desire comes, it
Acorns.
just goes, and then you put the toasted sandwich maker away, and you know what?
What?
You don't miss it.
So what you're saying is, don't hide your toasted sandwich maker away, use him regularly, and you'll get the most out of him.
No, she's saying, chuck your boyfriend, have a sandwich.
Tim, I know that I've been insensitive, okay, and I do appreciate that you are riddled with deep-seated psychological disorders.
Thank you.
You know, but Colin lives here now, and I'd just like it if we could all live happily, you know? I mean, your mum remarried, didn't she?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, you know what it feels like to be a stepchild, to be resented by a patriarch.
My stepdad was a nice guy.
Oh,
All right, I'll give it a try.
Thanks, Tim. So, what are you doing tonight?
Brian's coming up.
To see you?
Yeah, well, I went to a gallery with him last week, so he's coming up to see the Star Wars trilogy. It's kind of like a sort of cultural exchange thing.
Do you mind if we sit in? We could be like independent observers.
No, not at all. I'll get some popcorn and a muzzle. Oh! Sorry, mate, sorry.
You idiot. Why don't you watch where you're going?
Takes the fun out of it. Sorry, I just know this street really well, you know. I've never seen an evil, suspicious-looking man here before.
And what makes you think I'm evil and suspicious looking?
They work for the government, dude.
It's just being friendly.
Man in black.
It's so beautiful.
Why are you crying?
Little Ewoks. An entire empire brought to its knees by small, furry creatures.
That's my point exactly.
Leave him alone.
For the dog.
Brian, did you notice that everything that transpired in those three films, and I mean everything, can be attributed to the actions of one very minor character?
Who?
The gunner on the Star Destroyer at the beginning of the first film.
How come?
Well, because if the gunner had shot the pod that C-3PO and R2 were in, they wouldn't have got to Tatooine, they wouldn't have met Luke, Luke wouldn't have met Ben, they wouldn't have met Han and Chewie, they wouldn't have rescued Princess Leia. None of it would have happened. Oh my God. What? I've got some fucking Jaffa cakes in my coat pocket.
Let's all play kabaddi.
You get them, Dave.
They high as shit. Thinking too
I opened
deep.
the window. Brian, it's your turn to do something.
Right.
Colin needs to go out for a
There's a
walk.
fucking Jaffa cakes in my
window.
pocket.
Oh, yeah, and I made the tea, and Brian's getting the Jaffa cake.
Oh, right, well, hurry up.
Oh, damn.
Come on, you bastards. I know you're up there.
She don't kill this
Come and
dude.
get me. Take me to your home world. Come on, abduct me.
Yeah, you did, bro.
Shit. Colin's been abducted.
What do you mean he's been abducted?
Yeah, by a crocodile or something. Or something.
A crocodile, bro. Dude, she'll kill you, bro.
You let him go, didn't you?
Yeah, I knew she was gonna think he did it.
Daisy, I'm sure
purpose.
Tim...
No, Brian! He's had it in for him from the start.
Now, Daisy, look, I admit I wasn't keen on the idea of getting a dog, but I would never stoop so low as to do something like that. I think you know me well enough.
Do I?
Daisy!
I obviously don't know you as well as I thought!
Oh, shit. That was a solid blow, son. I know people, they do that. People do that. if that's from a movie.
Colin! Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else.
Colin!
I thought you apologized to the dog, not the person. I'm sorry, doggo.
To whom it may concern, I'm writing to inform you of the whereabouts of your dog. Colin has been taken by a man named James Eldritch. He is a freelance vivisectionist. I cannot return your dog personally, but I can tell you that the lab site is located at 11 to 13 Kettle Road, N1. Colin is being kept in Terrapin 5. The lab has a skeleton security staff of 1. I hope this information is of use to you.
Why are you going in?
Because I'm the one that lost him. Now, when we get back tonight, I want you all wearing black.
All black.
All black. I don't know much about security lighting, but I'm guessing they'll be using 180-degree dispersing halogens with motion sensors. So we're going to have to stick to the shadows, people. Any
Sounds
questions?
like you know a lot.
Are chocolate grey pumps okay?
Yes, they'll be fine.
Man, they're stressed like they're going to war, son. I love all these. I love these shots and angles.
Okay, this is it, people.
Flashing
None of
back
us have
between
ever
them.
done anything like this before, apart from Mike, who, as we all know, once stole a tank and tried to invade Paris. Hello? We're through the looking
Jesus
glass
Christ,
here,
Mike.
okay? We've been given a responsibility, and if we don't do this, nobody else will. Good luck, and I'll see you at the beach.
Hey, what is that from?
Okay, son.
You have the fist fight? Oh, gate's open.
Oh, stop!
Yep.
Do something with it.
Bust it.
No, you're all right, officer. Yeah, must have been a fox or something set off the motion sensors. Nah, everything's fine.
You want to
stay
finish
where
your
you are.
crossword.
There you go.
This is good. They got chummy with them.
Bit of a knack to it.
It was you who sent the letter, wasn't it?
Oh,
Why?
I ain't put that together.
Well, Eldritch left one of the porter cabins open last week. I couldn't believe it, all those little animals in cages. Well, I'd never have taken a job if I knew what he was up to, but... Well, I knew he'd clean away any evidence if I went through the official channels, so... Well, when Colin arrived, I saw my chance.
Yeah.
I've always been a bit of a yes man, you see.
Have you?
Yeah. So I thought it was time I just
So
stood
stupid.
up and said no.
Yeah.
Aren't you worried about getting in trouble with the police? You know, being involved in illegal breaking and everything. I mean, won't look very good on your permanent record, will it?
Colin says thanks. Thanks!
Hey, Daisy, look at this. Scientist James Eldritch, currently wanted by police for his involvement in an illegal laboratory operation, is missing today. Eldritch, whose nefarious dealings may have earned him in excess of £250,000, was last seen on Tuesday near Hampstead Heath. Hampstead Heath. Hampstead Heath. Close to the meat. Hampstead
How
Heath.
close to the meat? That's where the dog is at.
Wild on Hampstead Heath, Hampstead Heath.
Hello?
You want to get attacked.
Is anyone there? Look, I can assure you this isn't the least bit amusing.
Come up with Yep, got him. Alright, man. Alright, top shelf, man. Alright, dude, that was fun. That was a really good episode, man. That was a nice wrap up to everything. That was really fun. I love I love how he went by like, different days. And Mike still had Mike on his vest. This dude's out of control. Pulls his mask up, having an entire conversation, has the guy holding his gun. And then he reveals he's the one who sent the letter, but still, man. I thought he was letting him out because he wanted to finish a crossword or something. I'm like, I guess it's good they got chummy with him, but should have put two and two together. Maybe he was the one that helped them after they were getting chummy so easily. But I was mostly just blaming on them being incompetent, They got this dude held up and is doing all this goofy stuff. They're out of control, man. I really enjoyed the whole chaos theory conversation. And I was like, these dudes are getting too deep. They must be high. They was smoking weed or something. And they had like a Jaffa cakes in his pocket, bro. Like, they're high. For sure. Oh, man. I was wondering who that man in black guy was. Like when he was just kind of like, you know, sneaking around. I was curious who he was gonna be, but just taking the dog. And I thought there was a chance that maybe he was a previous owner, because none of that happens sometimes where somebody adopt the dog from like a kennel or something like that, and the previous owner will like steal the dog back. That's gotta suck for somebody to lose their dog and it ends up like, you know, in a kennel, and then somebody else takes ownership and builds a bond and stuff with the dog, and you're desperate to get your friend back and all that because you were probably looking for the dog just as hard and you love the dog just as much, but it's a sticky situation. That's what I thought was gonna happen with this. And there's a chance they weren't gonna get old Colin back. But this is a way more interesting storyline where you have to deal with like, you know, a situation like that where you kind of see like both sides. This is just a monster stealing a dog to experiment on with, like, you know, makeup and stuff. It'd been funny if she found out who Jabba was at the end because she's so vain. It'd have been good. At least she seems that way. I've only heard her talk a couple of times, and the first time they revealed the character, she was very rude about being like people being overweight and all that type of jazz, and like the way they dress and stuff. And also she's talking about like wearing pumps and stuff to a mission like that. So she seems really focused on outward appearance and vanity. It'd been really, really funny if she found out who Jabba was. That would have been great. Pretty sure when they're like riding in a van, there was like a reference to a movie somewhere, and like the shots going back and forth, and them saying they have to, nobody else to do it, so they have to do it, and let's storm the beach. Maybe that was in like a Saving Private Ryan or something, a war movie, but I don't know. I don't watch a ton of war movies, and it's probably something I heard. It just sounds familiar. It's probably something I heard in a movie like that I just seen a long time ago, or I probably seen a clip from or something like that, and then actually seen the movie. But if it was from Saving Private Ryan, I saw that so long ago. I know they stormed the beach in that movie, but I saw that when I was very young too, and I don't remember much about that movie as well. There's just a lot of movies I've never revisited, and it could be from there. I don't know for sure. Pretty sure you guys will let me know. I don't know for sure. Definitely old girl is horned up. I know old boy always like looks at her whenever she says weird stuff, but he's definitely like banging her right. Like the older neighbor chick who's always flirting with us like that, they have something going on for sure. So you know what part I'm talking about. Like, yeah, they get it on. Oh, dude. And they're getting around to like what's going on with them, you know? Did she ask about like, you know, when she said the whole thing like what's going on with you and Han, whatever, but right she said that he freaking jumped over and ran out with the dog, so they didn't really get an opportunity to get into it, but I'm guessing they're gonna start kinda showing their interest in each other now that she's finally broken up with her boyfriend and stuff, and she's kind of leaning on the dog for companionship and everything, and eventually maybe they'll get into it with each other. And I was also thinking about Star Wars, but I'm trying to think of what was sad about because they watched all 3 movies, and I'm trying to think in the old movies, I'm trying to think of what was sad in those movies. I can't think of it. But yeah, I enjoyed this, man. This was very, very funny, very entertaining. I enjoyed this a lot. All right, folks, man, that is it. That is all for this one. Hopefully you guys are happy, safe, and healthy. I'll see you in the next one. Later.